Mamba out.
Drippin', saucy, yeah. Bitch, I do this often. My bitch is bad, she always in office. So got the tags on running my body. Can't see the pads, I'm living too fast. With 20 my dash, I'm up, but I lost him. He wanna brag, I did his bag and took what he had. Don't care what it cost him. Then he broke, he turned to a hoe. I seen him before, the shit get exhausted. Ran out of hope. I wanna be known, the stage of my soul. You Randy Moss. I even broke.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sports Sounders 8 9 there, Psalms, and that's Aiden Munson. Thank you for sharing on Sports Sounders 8. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, make sure to start that shit, make sure to comment down below, and also make sure to hit that bell for post notifications for every video and update from my channel. And today, the topic is the San Francisco 49ers. Aiden, as we know, 49ers front office are believing in Jimmy Garoppolo, but they traded up for the number 3 pick in this upcoming NFL draft. So, Aiden, what are your thoughts about the 49ers? What are your thoughts about their future? And what are your thoughts about the quarterback situation? And if they do want to draft a quarterback, what quarterback should they take?
Jimmy G is a talented guy with a very team-friendly contract. But don't get me wrong, he's getting paid a lot of money. But the way it's structured and the way it's spread out is extremely team-friendly. You're going to be paying some guys in a couple of years that you want to have some cap space for, right? You're going to be having to pay Nick Bosa in a couple of years, not barring injury, right? You're going to have to pay Fred Warner in a couple of years, again, not barring injury. You're going to have to pay Matt Breida, whether you keep him or not. Then you're going to have to invest in another running back with a running back by committee. Who knows? What we've seen is that preferably the running back by committee works better in the NFL than the running back bell cow back. We look at the last couple Super Bowl teams where there was I think technically Tampa Bay counts as a bell cow back system because they had a 1,000-yard rusher, and then they included Leonard Fournette. But excluding them, the last couple of Super Bowl teams succeeded with this running back by committee, right? So trading up number 3, you have to have your eyes on some pretty decent talents. There's only a couple guys you could take top 5 in this draft. Truth be told, for me, you could take a receiver. I'm not going to name which receiver. You could definitely take offensive lineman in the top 5 this year, and you could definitely take quarterbacks in the top 5 this year. San Fran's not taking a wide receiver. They have Deebo Samuels is assumingly going to be taking that number 1 receiver role that now that Emmanuel Sanders has been gone for a year, right? And you're going to be leaning on him. Do I think that they want out on Jimmy Garoppolo? Not exactly. This is the guy that they got from the New England Patriots. This is the guy that they were grooming to be their top guy. And I don't necessarily understand why they're in this situation now. But if they do trade Jimmy Garoppolo, I would not be astonished. Now let's address the quarterback and who I would take. Well, personally, from how the draft is looking and from how our mock draft is probably going to situate, we got Trevor Lawrence going first, obviously. Then we probably will have my boy, Zach Wilson. I'm not a huge fan of Mac. And then we'll have who I would take if you are getting rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, which is no doubt, without any question, without any hesitation, Justin Fields. If they take Mac Jones there, they will be extremely disappointed. First of all, I don't mean to be a downer, but I don't mean to judge a book by its cover. But we all saw the pictures of Mac's physique. Dude doesn't exactly have like a 6-pack. He's not exactly most of shape, dude. Then you guys all saw Justin Fields running that 40 with his shirt with it. Let's just say you all saw Justin Fields running his 40. And he looked athletic. Very athletic. Running a 4.44. Athletic. That's who I would take. Justin Fields has been described as a more athletic Dak. That's his description. That's his comp. A very athletic Dak. Better accuracy, though. No offense, Darius. No offense. But that's who I would take now. Here's what the 49ers are thinking. From what we all hear, they are going to take Mac Jones. Who was all at the Mac Jones Pro Day? Kyle Shanahan, his OC, Bill Belichick, and obviously Nick Saban. Bill Belichick, standing next to Nick Saban, shook his head as Mac Jones made his throws and was ill-impressed with his outing. He's not exactly an athletic freak. He's got a decent arm, not a great arm. He's got accuracy, but we can also count that accuracy towards him having the literal best O-line in college football. He has a lot of touchdowns, but we can also contribute that to him having the Heisman Trophy winner and a top 5 Heisman contender in the backfield. Now, these are the same things that I just named off they use to describe Tom Brady. Just letting everybody know. The things I named off are things that they describe Tom Brady as. It's not like he can't succeed. I'm not saying he's going to be Tom Brady, but he has a chance to succeed. Kyle Shanahan and his OC were kind of stern-faced. They kind of put their hand on their heads a couple times. They were kind of, I don't want to say distraught, but they were kind of discouraged from what they saw and from what they saw from Bill Belichick. At the Justin Fields Pro Day, it's an Ohio State Pro Day. You're going to have a lot of people there. I'm sure the 49ers aren't dumb. They sent a representative out there to scout Justin Fields down there. I'm sure they at least sent a representative down there to get a look at Justin Fields. But if they didn't, they have effed up. Because it's all for Mac Jones was not what they thought it was. And Darius, you have been a big supporter of Mac Jones, a huge supporter. And let's just say my boy Zach Wilson hasn't disappointed anybody. We all saw that throw off one foot, hang back, on it up, 75-yard bomb, indoors to his receiver. Let's go. Then we saw Mac Jones. Doesn't look, no offense to him, but he doesn't really look in shape. He does not look in shape. Every other quarterback out there, they had a six-pack. They were jacked. Mac Jones is a little weak out there. I mean, that's Alabama. You should be hitting the weight room 2 a days. Like that. Mac Jones, as I said before, and I've always predicted, was not what we thought he was. Oh, Aiden got something right. What a surprise. I'm going to hand it over to you, Darius. How you feel about this situation, bro? How you feel about your boy Mac Jones?
Now, Aiden, when we're looking at the 49ers as constructed, you look at Jimmy G coming back from injury along with Deebo Samuel, Raheem Mostert, Nick Bosa coming back from a season-ending injury occurring back in week 2 of last season. Richard Sherman is still a free agent. Are the 49ers going to resign him or not? That's a huge question to answer. But to answer the question about the 49ers' future, the 49ers are not going to be as good as they were when they had the Super Bowl appearance, because they mostly relied on that defense and that West Coast offense with the offensive mind of Kyle Shanahan came in when needed. It didn't come in during the second half of the Super Bowl, but you look at that 49ers team, it's getting worse. And the competition in the NFC West is definitely increasing. You look at these upcoming teams. Look at the Rams adding Matthew Stafford. Your team, Aiden, adding Matthew Stafford, who can be considered MVP candidate. You have the reigning defensive player of the year and Aaron Donald. You look at Jalen Ramsey, the lockdown corner. You saw Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. You signed Deshaun Jackson and company. Now look at the Arizona Cardinals. You signed J.J. Watt, a multiple-time defensive player of the year, arguably the greatest defensive player to ever play the game of football. You add him. And don't forget, you're still on the offensive side of the ball. You still have Kyle Murray, you still have D-Hop, you still have Larry Fitzgerald, you still have Christian Kirk, and others. Don't forget about Chandler Jones as well. Seattle, we have some questions surrounding them, especially with Russell Wilson, but they are still the Seattle Seahawks. They are still a playoff team, believe it or not. And with the 49ers, if you look at Jimmy G's contract, he signed a 5-year, $137.5 million contract with the 49ers back in 2019. That included a $70 million signing bonus and $74.1 million guaranteed, with an average salary of around $27.5 million. And guess what? 2019, his base salary was $17 million. 2020, his base salary was $23.8 million. In 2021, his salary is going to be $24.1 million, and in 2022, he's going to take a $24.2 million base salary. And look at the cap hit. All right. This season and this year, 2021, he has a $26.4 million cap hit for the 49ers. And next season, he has a $27 million cap hit on the 49ers. So guess what? Jimmy G is most definitely not that good to get this type of contract. And we all know when Jimmy Garoppolo got traded from the Patriots to the 49ers, we all know when 5-0. Of course, the following season, he got injured, I believe, against the Vikings or one of those teams. You look at 2019, 13-3. Pretty much carried by his defense, I believe. You could say he's okay throwing the football. He's pretty accurate throwing the football. This past season, he was injured, only played 6 games. He went 3-3. All right, he completed 94 of his passes, 67% of his passes. Touchdowns. He passed for 7 touchdowns, going on with 5 interceptions. And that's simply not worth that type of money with that type of contract. And Jimmy G is not living up to the standards. Now, with 49ers management saying that they believe Jimmy Garoppolo is the only guy that could lead them to success, number one, you're lying. They're lying. Because the 49ers defense was clearly the force of that 49ers Super Bowl run. And that's
in fact, that Super Bowl run's identity was the best defense in the league versus the best offense in the league.
Right. And you look at it, you look at the players on the team, you talk about Nick Bosa, and you talk about Fred Warner, you talk about Dee Ford, DeForest Buckner, Richard Sherman, and the crew there. That was simply the story of the season for the San Francisco 49ers. And when it came down to it the most, their offense clearly did not show up besides the run game because Raheem Mostert was going off in that Super Bowl, and they decided to throw the football. Jimmy G did not step up to the plate in that game. And you look at the San Francisco 49ers this past season, we all know they were hurt by injuries, and look at their draft order, have the number 3 pick in this upcoming draft. And in the second round, I believe they have they have a pretty high pick in the second round. I do believe they have the number 3 pick, and they have the number 43 pick. So by trading up to get number 3, you're not going to draft Rashawn Slater with the number 3 overall pick. No disrespect to him. You're not going to draft Devontae Smith number 3 overall. You're not going to draft Jamar Chase number 3 overall. You're going to draft the quarterback.
Heck, you might not even draft Penei Sewell number 1, even though I think he is the best prospect in this entire draft. You might not even draft Penei Sewell.
Right. You're going to draft the quarterback. And with Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson 100% going to those top 2 teams, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. But quarterback is else on the board. And I believe the best quarterback outside of those 2 happens to be Justin Fields, Aiden. When we did our Heisman predictions episode about a couple months ago, early into the college football season, I said the Heisman Trophy winner was Justin Fields, excluding the amount of games Ohio State was going to play that season. And look at that national championship game against Alabama. Justin Fields was not 100% in that game. Most definitely, he was not 100%. He did not complete a good amount of his throws. He was definitely banged up from that semifinal game against Clemson when he showed up and showed out that game, pretty much demolished that Clemson defense.
I'd like to say that the Ohio State-Clemson rivalry has been developing nicely. Very nice.
Right, and look at Trevor Lawrence in the pocket. He couldn't complete any throws. Receivers were dropping balls all over the place. The Ohio State defense crew stepped up in that semifinal game. Of course, Ohio State fell short in the national championship game. But you can't blame that on Justin Fields because he gave it all he got against a team that was pretty much the favorite, one of the favorites to win the whole thing. And Clemson and Trevor Lawrence, the consensus number 1 pick. And you look at Justin Fields. You look at the way he plays. That matches up perfectly with the mastermind of Kyle Shanahan. And you look at that West Coast offense with the offensive line. Trent Williams, he got the bag this offseason, right? Look at the weapons he has. Very limited weapons, I believe. In the backfield, don't forget he started for him. Most coming off injury. Deebo Samuel didn't have a great season this year. Don't forget about George Kittle. I believe he had an off season this year, but don't forget he's still the second best tight end in all of football, only behind Travis Kelce, I believe. That's still an argument to be made. but Justin Fields has to be the guy to go with. If you're getting number 3 overall pick, you're not getting no Rashawn Slater, you're not getting no Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith, you're not getting Jalen Waddle or Kyle Pitts or Penei Sewell. You're getting Justin Fields, you're getting Trey Lance, and you may even get Mac Jones. Now, to address Mac Jones, I've been on the Mac Jones train throughout the course of this past college football season. I was very, very impressed with him. I was very, very impressed. Don't get me wrong, he had an off day today during his pro day. But
Off
you
day
can,
on the most important day in your draft process. Okay.
but I do believe that he can still be that guy. I still believe he can be that guy depending on the system. Because Aiden, you've said it before, that he is a game manager. You've said it, that he's a game manager.
Yeah, he's a game manager who
He's-
just happened to have the best weapons in college football.
Yeah, and you know who happens to be a game manager as well? Happens to be Jimmy Garoppolo as well, I believe. I believe it happens to be Jimmy Garoppolo. I see him as a game
That's very
manager.
true.
I
Very
mean,
true.
he is a quarterback. I mean, he's pretty accurate on the football, completing 67% of his passes. But he's not that guy who can pretty much launch the ball downfield, who can make a throw and say, "Wow, that man is a bad man. He's a bad man. He can throw the football." No, you don't say that about Jimmy Garoppolo. You don't say that about Jimmy G. Yeah, you say that guy. You say that about guys like Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady's of the world. Jimmy G is simply not that guy, and living up to his contract, right, 5 years. $137 million, $72 million guaranteed. Jimmy G is not worth that money. And at most, Jimmy Garoppolo should get, at most, Matthew Stafford money. I mean, I'm not comparing to Matthew Stafford because I do believe Jimmy Garoppolo was not a top 10 quarterback. To me, it's not even top 15. He doesn't even count my top 15. But look at Jimmy G. You look at the situation he's in. You look at the 49ers. He's taking the 26, I believe, like $24 million cap hit this upcoming season. And if the 49ers want to add weapons, if they want to stay consistent, if they still want to have Super Bowl appearances, they either have to restructure Jimmy G's contract or trade him. I was looking to Stephen A today, Aiden. He was talking about how the Patriots should trade Cam Newton for Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't think Cam Newton can fit in that type of system. And I think the draft was honestly the best way to go. If you draft Justin Fields, you have a pretty accurate passer, excluding under the pressure, where he's under pressure, where you see defenders coming towards him. I believe like Justin Fields has a 17 QBR against under the pressure, which is like relatively bad. But when you look at it, when he has a clean pocket, when he has a blockage, when he has a clean pocket, he can complete very, very difficult throws. And especially with the 49ers offensive line, who's pretty darn good. Trent Williams, who got the bag this past offseason, I mentioned here earlier, and the rest of the O-line, I think they can protect Justin Fields or whichever quarterback the 49ers take. At the end of the day, the 49ers are going to draft the quarterback. Does that mean they're going to start this upcoming season? Not yet, depending on the way Kyle Shanahan and management wants to go in. But at the end of the day, 49ers are just trying to boost their roster, and they're trying to make it back to Super Bowl, which I believe is not going to be the case, because you look at this NFC and look at the competition there. Look at the Bucks. You look at the Packers. You can even look at your competition in the NFC West, and maybe even the Cowboys. You never know. So the 49ers, the old saying goes, too little, too late. You made a good decision, but at the wrong time. Jimmy G is simply not the guy anymore. Trade him or either restrict his contract. He is not worth the money. Draft Justin Fields, and the 49ers could possibly return back to the Super Bowl. Aiden, do you have any final words? Well, thank you for just here on Sports Saturdays 8. I'm Dear Sounds, and that's Aiden Munson. And thank you for just on Sports Saturdays 8. If you haven't already, make sure that's a video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to comment down below, and also make sure to tap on post notifications for every video and update for our channel. 500 subs on the way, and we will see you tomorrow. Until then, everybody, peace, love. See you tomorrow. Peace out. We out.